Alright, hi everyone, Amazing here. Welcome to my free and highly dynamic interactive Excel dashboard. So in the first video, we've actually created this part of this dashboard, and in this video we're going to actually be taking a look at how to create this part of the dashboard and all of that. So before then, let me take you to what the dashboard is all about before we actually start creating it from the scratch. So it's about 2012 population and voter registration data from the U.S Census Bureau, and we have this particular measures right here, and we are not really okay or cool with these measures we have right here. So we actually went ahead and actually add more measures to actually make our dashboard very much interesting to read and all of that, and to get very much insights. So you can have the dashboard downloaded to take a look at it and see how everything goes. So this is what it is right here, that we've actually done a lot of analysis right on it. So watch the first part to actually get the full understanding of what it is that we are actually getting into. Okay, let us walk to the first to the very sheet. So this is the first part of it that we have actually done, and now I'm gonna actually make sure we go right on this particular table inside right here, and we can have our analysis right here before we actually transfer that into this particular part right we have right here. So right now what I'm going to be doing first is actually I'm going to be creating, I think I've shown you what it is that we're going to be getting into right now. So let me take you back to that part again right here. So it's stepping inside. So now we can switch between voter turnout. So right now I want to see where people voted so seriously in the election and all of that. So where the voter got declined and stuff like that, and you can see it right here. And the population, voter population right here, you can see. And when we actually switch between this and this, we see different view and all of that. So like here we have the apathy, and the apathy is all about people who didn't vote, and the all measures is actually talking about with the measures that we have existing before actually created other measures right there. So let's go back to that particular sheet right here. So that very first part is very important for you to watch. So if you've not watched it, please go take a good look at it. So now hit on insert, and from insert I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to click on this particular kind of card or whatever. So I'm going to drag it down a little bit. So cool with it. So I can actually extend it a little bit like this. So I can change the color. So I'm just going to go right on this particular format shape, and what I'm going to do right now is just go to the line. I'm going to say no line for it. Set the field color. I can actually give it any color I feel like, but I'm gonna be cool with this kind of color. So exactly. So now that I have this right here, I'm gonna go back again and go to developer. I believe by now you must have gotten your developer activated. So if you've not, just right click. When you right click, you're gonna see this, go to customize the ribbon. So when you hit on customize the ribbon, you're gonna see this. So you will have this unchecked, so you just have to check it and click on OK. So I have it right here before. I'm gonna go ahead and click on it right here and go right on this particular part and pick on this particular option button. So now things are getting more interesting. So I'm gonna actually have this right here, and I'm gonna have it duplicated. So I'm gonna have it duplicated. Hold on your control. You see this plus sign, you just move this right to this way. That's exactly what we need to do. So right now we can actually have to turn this into a voter population. It's gonna be turnover or turnout. So voters turnout, and we're gonna see this to be this is gonna be some kind of population voter. Okay, voter population. So exactly. So I have this tool right here, so we can switch between this and this right here. Before we actually do anything on that, so I'm just gonna go to table analysis right here. This is where we're gonna start our analysis. So there is nothing right here now to do to start running analysis, and so I'm just gonna go to my data. And right here on my data, I'm just going to click anywhere from here. I'm going to go to the top level right hand, actually hit on insert. From insert, I'm going to go to my pivot table. I pick the pivot table. I'm going to go for existing, and right, I'm going to click back right on this particular sheet right here. So here I have it. So I'm going to say OK. So this is very important. So we don't have this voter population and voter turnover right here. If you go back to the data set right here, we do not really have it right on the data set as we have it here. No, it's not right here. So we actually got it created as we actually start the video from the first video. So you can actually go ahead and take a look at that. So right now I'm gonna actually move my state right here. I'm gonna bring my age across of it. So now exactly this is what I've gotten, and I want to actually analyze it by voter turn. Okay, I'm gonna go for voter turnover. So bring it down here right now. So now this is what we have. Is some kind of weird. So I'm just gonna right click on it and actually go to format, number format. I go to percentage and actually take it with 1 decimal, and I'm gonna hit OK. Now I have this. So next thing I'm gonna do right now is some kind of weird, so I can't read this the merge, specifically the dimension part right here. So I want to make sure the header right here carries state. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna go back again, I'm gonna hit this design, I'm going to go right here, I'm going to say show in table form. Now I'm having that. So for the grand total, I'm going to have it turned off, so I have something beautiful like this. That is exactly what it is. So right now it's not showing me that. Okay, I can't really read anything from here. That was why I actually did what I've done in the finished dashboard. So we're going to actually have to see how we can actually make this readable. That is the reason why you're here. So I'm going to have this just like this for now. Before we do anything, I'm just going to have this copied. I'm going to copy, I'm going to have it pasted right here. So I'm going to paste it. I'm going to have to change what I have in here. So now from this turnover, I'm just going to bring my voter population right in it. So the same thing I've done before, right click and actually go to number formatting. I'm going to go right to the percentage, take 1 decimal off, and I'm actually going to say okay. Now we have something beautiful like this. So now we're almost there. So the next thing I'm going to do right now is to still highlight it again and actually have it copied away from here. I'm going to copy, I'm going to have it pasted right in here. I'm going to paste it. So the next thing I'm going to actually have right now is we're going to actually analyze it by the APD. So now I've told you what APD is all about. So it's actually the numbers of people that did not vote, but they have their they are registered to be able to vote, but all of a sudden they have their mind changed whatsoever. So we want to analyze where on which data we have in it very much. So now this has to do with what? With all measures. So I'm going to actually move the percentage away for now, and this is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna have to bring in all my measures right in here. So when I say like it's a top population, and all the population doesn't vote, it's only the citizen that actually are gonna vote. So I'm gonna actually bring the citizen right in here, and exactly that's what I've gotten. So am I doing the right thing? Yeah, I have to actually move the value. I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna move this away. Yep, it's off. So right now I'm gonna bring this down now gently on my own. So instead of the population, so registered voters, I'm going to bring confirmed voters right here. I think that is exactly what I have to bring down right here. I think I'm going to bring my apathy, so I still want to see the apathy, you know, in every single state right here. Okay, fine, I think I've gotten this ready. That is exactly what I need to do. For now, I have to actually turn off the sum we have in right here. I don't need any of this sum. But something is a little bit weird right now. Or this particular, you know, value we have across of it. So we're gonna actually have to turn that off. So it's very simple. What we can do right now is that we don't need this particular age right here. So we're gonna remove the age right now, and it's gone. So this is exactly what we actually needed to have right here. And I think we don't have it out. So we just have to bring this particular, you know, total population right at it. Although total population are not gonna vote, and the only people that are going to vote right is the citizen. So and now we just have to actually need to highlight this aspect right here, and I'm going to do control H, and from control H I'm going to type sum of right here, and I would have to replace that with nothing. So I'm going to click OK, and that is exactly what it is. So it has it cleared, so we go to go like this. So now we have to start to actually make sure this is some kind of very much dynamic. So we don't want to read this just like this, so I have to remove this space we have right here. Just highlight it and actually right click on it and actually go ahead and actually have it deleted. That is beautiful. So now we can actually go to a table inside. So on the table inside right here, I want to bring this right in here. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to actually right click on this and actually go to format control, and on format control place your cursor in here and go back to this table analysis, and I'm going to have this right here, so I have it linked there. So once I have it linked, so beautiful. So what I'm going to do right now, if I go back, I can see I have 1, and if I click on this, it's going to actually give me 2, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use conditional statement to actually have it brought down to where I really wanted it to be. So now this is exactly what I want. So I'm just going to go equal to, I'm going to ask this if, so what I'm going to do right now, if this is turnout right here, I want it to give me the turnout, and if it's not turnout, just give me the population. So I'm going to go back right here, I'm going to hit on this particular 2 right here. So I'm going to say if it is equal to, but right now something is actually happening, so we can't really read this, or if we can't read the formula right the way it should be. I'm just going to go back to the top level right here, hit on view, and now this is not this grayed out, so we can't really click on it. So I'm just going to actually click on my escape, so I will not more there. So if we go back right now, I'm just going to go to the top level, go to view, and the formula bar is going to be turned on. So right now I can start right now formula. I'm just going to go right if So we go down to the sheet. This particular number here is equal to 1. So I'm going to hit on my comma. So if it is equal to 1, what do I want? So I just have to lock this particular number right here, this cell, this B5 right here. I'm going to lock it down. So how do I do that? Just is exactly what it is. Surround $sign around it. So if that is true, just give me the state right here. And if it is false, what do you want? Just give me this right here, exactly. So now I can actually go ahead and actually hit enter, and I see that exactly what I've gotten. So I'm gonna actually have to drag this down to this level. So beautiful. So what I'm gonna do right now is that I've gotten the heading. So for me to get the main part of the body, I have to drag it down, and I still have to drag it down a little bit to have all the values right here. Okay, I think that is enough. So I'm just gonna have to clear this away from here. So we've just gotten this right. So if I actually click right here right now, it's gonna change, but you can't really see the effect right on it right now until I actually have it some kind of formatted. So beautiful, we have gotten this ready. So the next thing I'm gonna do right now is to get a second part of it right here. So how do we do that? It's still gonna be easy, right? Very easy. But right now this is where the problem is gonna come from. So just watch and see what I'm gonna do to actually have the problem solved. So if I go back again and actually bring my other option, I'm gonna bring my option button right here again. I'm gonna have that to be some kind of stay right in here. I'm gonna have it drag a little bit, take to the top level. So I'm gonna have to duplicate this right now, and this is exactly what it is. So now I'm gonna have to name this to be some kind of property. So it's gonna show me all the property we have. So property we have, and this is gonna be, I'm gonna name this to be measure. So all the measure we have existing in our data set is what is gonna actually give a nice closed property. So I'm gonna say all measures. So all measures, that is beautiful. But right now you can see if I actually this now is interfering with this. So it has actually deselect this one. Can you see that? So once I click this, it deselects this. Once I have this clicked, it deselects this, and we don't want that to happen. So how do we stop it? So first of all, I want to make sure it aligns. I'm going to click on this as well. So I'm going to go top level right here. I'm going to go to format, and from format I'm just going to have to go to what? Go to align tab. So beautiful, we have it done like this. I'm just going to click back right on top of this right here, and I need to actually visit my developer. Yeah, go back to developer. So this is developer right here. So hit on insert, and you can see this is what it is that we can use. So this is actually what we call frame. So click on that frame and actually surround the frame right here. It's going to help you to group it together. So this is actually going to be some kind of, it's going to make it some kind of standout. Now this is beautiful. It's going to be on its own. It's not going to interfere with this right now. So if I actually select right now and click this, so you can see it's not really happening again. Can you see that? So it's not happening, it's not interfering. So this is actually on its own, and this is on its own because we actually have grouped this together, and it's interacting on its own. So right now I'm just going to actually right click on this and go to format control, and from there we can actually click in there and actually go this way. I'm going to drag it a little bit, so make sure this is visible. So I can actually have it linked down to this particular part right here. I have a separate link for that. So right now I'm just going to actually go right here and actually make sure I did the same thing I had done before. I'm just going to use the same if condition to say if this is actually 1. So right here this is 1 because I have nothing clicked. That was why we can't see if this 1 or whatsoever. So if it is 1, what do you want from it? If it is 1, just give me, oh sorry, I think I actually am on the wrong side of it. Sorry, yeah, I think I have it. So okay, this is it. If this is equal to 1, so I wanted to give me the state. If not, it's equal to 2, give me this, and I'm gonna have it closed. And right now you can see I have not actually locked this down, and I have to do that quickly before I actually move down to the other part of the sheet. So I'm gonna hit OK right now. So I have it because it's 1. It's gonna give my state. I'm gonna have to drag it down this way. So exactly, I have to get it out because we don't need it. So exactly, we've gotten this, and I'm gonna have to actually make sure I highlight it, and I have it drag all the way down to this particular end. Beautiful. So we have something like this. So now we can actually go ahead and actually see how we can actually get it formatted nicely to look the way it should be, and for you to be able to read it. So if you can see, I can switch between it right now. I can switch between this. This is beautiful. So now the header is changing. As I click this, it's changing to age group, and as I change, it's changing to the measures we have right on it. So I'm just gonna actually have to highlight this from here. Now I'm gonna actually have to double click it, it opens it up for me, right? So that's beautiful. But something weird happened. If you can see, it pushes this, far away to this particular end, which I don't really want it. I don't really want it to happen. So I'm just going to actually go Ctrl Z and bring it back. So now we have a previous view. Now for you to actually avoid that not to happen, just click on this, make sure you highlight it, and Ctrl A, we highlight all the objects we have right here for you. So we can right click again and just go to what? Go to format object, and from format object, what you're going to see right now is this. Just click on this particular size and report, right, and properties right here, and click on the properties and actually say don't move or size the cell. You can click and actually deselect it. So right now you can actually go ahead and actually highlight it, just like we've done previously. Have it highlighted and actually double click inside here. So now it does not affect this one right in here. So beautiful. So we can now start working around to see how we can actually fit this right here to see it well and all of that. So I can actually just make sure I have this deleted. So I want to make sure I have some kind of, sitting well right here. So I'm cool with this. I can actually go ahead and go to view, and from view I'm gonna say the header, get it off. Yeah, something like this. I think I'm not gonna get the perfect view for now for you guys, but at least I have something very good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight this aspect right here, and from there I'm gonna go right to the top level, go to home, and actually go choose a color for it. So I have this color. I'm gonna actually give it some kind of white, and I'm gonna make it bold, and I'm gonna copy it and actually have it right for this. So beautiful, we are actually right there. So the next thing I'm gonna do right now is that this is not actually on percentage, so I just have to highlight it and go right down. So once we have right here, I'm just gonna actually right click on it, and now we're gonna have to see format cells. So we go to what? Go to percentage, and just with one decimal, I want to click OK. Nicely, we have something beautiful like this, and I think that's what it is. So we don't need to do anything like that right here, because this is not actually on percentage. This is on a normal value, and beautifully we have it the way it should be, like this. So the next thing we're going to do right now is for we to actually make sure we have it on what? We have it some kind of on a color scaling. So go back to home, so click on home and go to this color scaling, and the kind of color scales we want to use is actually this particular color scale right here, which is green, white, red color scale. So click on it right here. So now it's showing us what we want to see. So now what we are saying now is that in Alabama, so we have the age group that is actually that has the voter population is actually between is 45 to 64 and 60 plus, but it was very bad right here in 18 to 24, which is the younger people age bucket is not actually doing well for us and all of that. So but when we go to this particular district of Columbia, so we have this particular, almost the age groups are doing well, exclude the younger people. The very younger people are not doing well, but we cannot really see how we can actually read much of this right here. So we still want to do more better to actually have this read. So what do we do right now? Because this particular part where we have people turning out to actually vote and stuff like that is actually spread across various age groups. So we can go back to this table insights right here, and what I'm going to do this time around is actually I'm going to scroll down to this end. Starting from here, I can actually click right here and go to sort and sort from large to smallest. I'm going to do the same thing to this as well. I'm going to go to sort from large to smallest right here. So let us visit our analysis and see what we have. So beautifully we can see this right now. So we can see people are doing very well right here, and it dropped right here, and right here you can see much people. When we go down, you can actually see that we have separated where people are not doing well and from where people are doing well right now, and all of that based on states and based on age groups. So you can see how beautiful it is. Right now you can see, okay, if you want to understand what we are doing right here, in case you don't really have some kind of too much connection with what we've done right here, watch the video number 1. You will definitely understand the kind of analysis we're actually doing right here to make everything very much understandable. So now we've just gotten this done. So before we actually do our proper formatting, so let us see what we can do right here. So right here right now we have to actually still highlight this particular aspect here and go down. So we're going to stop it right here and actually still use the same color scaling we have used. So the color scale we used is actually this, so we're gonna use this, and still we can see now we are in actually all measures right now. So where we have the highest population, you can see it's right here, so it's spread across every single we don't really like it like this, so we just want to do the same thing we had actually done before. So I'm just going to go to my table analysis right here, and I'm going to scroll down to that particular part right here, and I'm going to have to click and right click on it and go to search. I'm going to search from largest to smallest. I'm going to do the same thing to this as well, largest to smallest right here, So here we go. If I go back to my analysis right here, right now, it's actually doing some kind of good work for me. So right now, right here is what we have, because we are actually right on this, so we can actually write on this particular part right here. Let me show you something. The highest place we have some kind of voter, apathy, where people doesn't really vote, turn out to vote, is actually, in Texas, we're having a very high, turn down of votes, stuff like that, all the age groups and all of that. But it start declining. Not too much people right here, not too much people. I think here I'm gonna say the red shows good right now, and while the green is showing bad in this particular condition from I think we have actually done right here. So if we go to actually New York right here, New York is actually very high, which is showing in green. I will go to apathy right now, and I've told you what total population is all about. So like in Texas right now, this is okay. Now what I'm going to do right now to actually have this formatted properly is actually go back and actually highlight it. I'm going to Control 1. So I can actually do my Control 1 properly, Control 1, and I'm going to actually put this on the proper number formatting. Take extra decimal off and actually have a separator on it. So I'm just going to actually say, okay, now you can see right now. So let us go to what? Go to somewhere like a New York City. So in New York City, I'm going to have it highlighted all through down to this particular aspect. So in New York City, we have over 15 million population. So, and we have 13 billion, over 13 million citizen population that can vote. So, which means we have some other persons who cannot vote, which are non-citizens, and we have the registered voter is just 8 million plus, and we have confirmed voters to be 7 million plus, and we have over 1 million to be apathy, which is from confirmed voters we have over 1 million people that did not vote, despite that they had actually registered to vote, and all of a sudden they did not vote. You can see that is exactly what we have actually gotten right here and all of that. So you can see where this is the highest part of it, and it's declining. The city, they are actually getting they get declined and all of that. So you can see the clock scaling is showing us a lot of information about this. That is exactly what we have actually done right here. So now that we've actually gotten this done, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm just going to actually go to the top left right here, go to view, and actually go to grid line. I'm going to have it removed, no more grid line. And this time around, I don't really want this. I actually want to have it something like this. So I can actually go ahead and actually click and actually make sure I highlight it. And now I'm gonna actually have some kind of okay, I need to have a border around it. So the border is gonna go, I'm gonna say go for more borders, and when I hit on more border, I'm just gonna go right here and actually go with this particular kind of color, something like this. I've coded, so I can actually go ahead and actually say okay, just this. So if I click OK, this is what I have. Beautiful, right? It's a beautiful. I think if I want to copy this right here now, it's going to actually distort. So I don't want that. I can actually go ahead and actually make sure I highlight this separately. So I don't want some kind of weird something right on this. Okay, now I can actually click on the same thing and go right back on this. I can actually go ahead and actually choose the kind of color I have actually gotten for the other part of it. So now we have something beautiful like this. So now this is exactly what it is. So now that we've gotten this right now, this is what it is that we've actually done, and we can actually decide to change the color to something like we have gotten right here. Now this is the color we have for this whole dashboard, and I can actually go ahead and actually say okay, fine, I want to choose the color. So now that's going to be an assignment for you. Just go ahead and do that yourself. So right now I've just gotten this analyzed, and this is beautiful. You must have seen what we've just done right here, but you just have to you yourself get data set and actually try to play with it and actually see how you can actually turn it to be something beautiful like this. And for the slicer part right here, I didn't add a slicer on my own part right there, so you can go ahead and do that. And I go ahead and actually make sure you have an image that actually helps you to link this. So I have created a lot of tutorial that I have actually created a dashboard just like this. So make sure you make your own awesome all of that. So thank you very much for watching. If you're still here till now, so that means you're awesome. I like you guys, I love you guys. So thank you very much. Stay out of trouble and actually respect all protocol for COVID-19 to actually stay put and stay very fresh and outstanding. So thanks for watching. Stay blessed.